Hi first graders, I'm glad you came for a reading lesson today. As you can see, today we'll be talking about folk tales. What you will need for today's lesson is your reader's journal, writing journal, or a regular piece of paper, and a pencil. You might also have noticed that I assigned you some folk tales in your Epic account last week. If you haven't seen them, check your Epic mailbox. If you have seen them, awesome! You may have seen some of these folk tales before or heard some of them. So let's get started. Here's the slide we are filling out today. The first story we're going to talk about is The Princess and the Pea. Now, my grandma heard this story when she was little. And in fact, when she showed me the story she had in her house, I noticed it was different than the one I had in my house. That's a clue that this story's been told for many years. The Princess and the Pea. One clue is Grandma read it when she was small. Let's look for another clue. Oftentimes, a folktale will start with once upon a time, or maybe long, long ago. This one starts once upon a time. What do you notice? The once upon a time is a clue that the story's been told for many years. Let's look on the cover for other clues. You might notice on here, it doesn't fit very well. It says retold and illustrated by Rachel Isadora. So Rachel Isadora did not write this story, but she's retold it. Think about that word, retold. What does that give you a clue about? Maybe the story's been told many, many times for many, many years. It starts once upon a time was one of our clues. And it says retold by the author. Let's look at some more. Another way that you might be able to figure out something is a folk tale is if there is more than one version. Here I have two versions of the Little Red Hen. Let's look at the clues to help us figure out if this is a folk tale. So we've got more than one version. On this one, it doesn't say author or by. It says pictures by Lucinda McQueen. So Lucinda McQueen did not tell the story, but she did draw the pictures to go with the story. And this one does start once upon a time. Let's look at this one. This one does not start once upon a time, but it does say, The Little Red Hen is a popular fable that has delighted generations of young listeners. Ooh, generations. That means your parents know it, your grandparents know it, probably your aunts and uncles know it. It kind of depends on how old the story is, how far back you can go. This one also says retold by Heather Forrest. So the same as this version. This version was not told by Heather Forrest, but retold. Let's look back at our slide. So The Little Red Hen, there are different versions was one clue. It starts once upon a time just like The Princess and the Pea. Oops, I clicked it. And it says retold by the author. It does say click the pictures to go to a YouTube read aloud. You'll have to go to the sharing slide to do that. Let's take a look at the journal. So here's the journal, and my date is 4/30/20. Your date might be different. Let me show you how to explore Epic when looking for a folktale. So here is the Explore page. Your home page will look different than mine, so click on the Explore button. Up here, type folktale, Folktale, different than a tail on a dog. We've got all, let's see if we can find some. So if you are looking at this page, something like this, if there is no tag on the bottom, it's a read with your eyeballs book. If you look here where there's a green tag, that's a read to me book that you can follow along with. If you do one of these with the purple tag, that means that's an audio only and you will have nothing to read along with, but you can sure listen to the story. Let's explore and see if we can find a fun folk tale to look at together. I see a lot of animals as we're searching through here. Oh, here's one. I know this one. Let's look at this one. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Let's see. Oh, it starts once upon a time. That is a clue. I've also seen this one in different versions. So in my journal, I'm going to write, I found the folk tale. Remember, capitalize the titles of stories and books. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. And gruff is another word for tough. I think this is a folk tale because it starts once upon a time and I've also seen different versions. Now, your stories and answers may be different, and that's perfectly okay. I look forward to seeing what you found. Go look through Epic, or maybe you've got a book of fairy tales or folk tales in your home, or maybe you know of one. Go to your journal and write down the story you know or the story you read, and write down why you think it's a folk tale. Y'all might also tell me if you like it. I look forward to seeing what you found, first graders. I'll see you again another time.